Asian American workers have been part of the U.S. workforce for more than 150 years. It took till a little over a year ago till we had the very first hearing that lifted up the voices of Asian American workers inside the House of Labor. And we fought very, very hard to work to change the policy of the American labor movement so that they would also get on the right side of history. And so you see the tremendous power when we can build unity between labor and immigrant rights, when we can build unity between labor and community organizations, and we can forge relations between worker and student activists across the country today.
Welcome to Oakland, California.
The largest population of APAs in any county is found right here in Los Angeles, so of course we had to do it here.
We have two very simple goals that we share with you, a cross-section of workers in our community who are the front lines of the battles against working people in this country.
Welcome to the first Las Vegas area Asian Pacific American Workers' Rights Hearing.
And I understand that many AAPI workers are thriving and living the American dream in this country. But there are many, many others who are being mistreated and are struggling just to find a job.
I found myself drowning every night. Heavy patient loads because there's no resources, there's no second hands. I felt myself feeling as if I had to magically perform the role of 3 different personnel as one.
In the past 2 years, what Walmart is doing, they're not hiring full-time employees, only part-time. They hire 2 people for the price of 1, so they cannot give them benefits.
The worst thing is sometimes they treat me and other caregivers like slaves instead of workers. They give commands to do things outside of our scope of work, like to serve the whole family and not just care for their consumers.
Workers in the Little India are often working for $2 and $7 per hour, are not paid overtime, and are given no real meal and rest period.
The clients that I deal with, I'm actually an employment attorney specializing in wage theft.
60% of AAPI workers are not receiving overtime, whereas about 33% of workers overall are not. So it's a particularly vulnerable population due to immigration status, language barriers.
And this is the smoking gun for the lawsuit, civil lawsuit and the criminal lawsuit.
We realized that NBC General Contractors was a criminal enterprise. The workers were working 60 to 72 hours a week and only getting paid a fraction of that amount.
It is not right for the managers and supervisors to scare us and tell us not to join the union. We want our company to let us make our own decisions.
The same year I received a scholarship from UC Berkeley for having the top 10 score met in school. I remember staying the letter for a long time with a mixed feeling of happiness and depression. I was delighted I accomplished something good. However, in my status, that was just another piece of paper.
These are all local stories, but they're replicated in states and counties and towns all across this country.
I hope you listened well to the stories of the people here and the people who share their experiences, the people in the community, because these are our parents. These are the people who take care of us, who sacrifice for us to give us the privilege of going to school, attending college, and having a better life.
I recognize the struggles of our predecessors, the labor movement, and all the lives it has touched. I'm grateful for the opportunity to benefit from a long history of individuals who've come together and fought for those who could not fight for themselves.
Immigrant workers feel that they have a voice. They feel that there is a group that is there for them, and they feel that they can get their problems addressed, and that they have somebody who will always be there behind them.
We know that through lifting up these voices that we can begin to generate change, both by organizing unions, by building political power for workers, and advancing policy initiative that serve the interests of unions and workers.